Hi everyone, pretty excited today to talk through the demo for the new product that we're preparing to launch on Sunday. So if you haven't already signed up for the pre-release email, I'm going to drop a note to allow you to sign up for that. It's data-driven kind of recruiting.ai is our newsletter, but there's a link. If you go to sonartalent.com and click on job seekers, you'll be able to find the link to the pre-release form. I'm sending exclusive updates to anyone that's on that form, and I'm pretty excited to get some feedback. We've had some really good engagement so far, and it seems like a lot of people are excited for this new platform. So I'm going to go through the platform as it currently exists. I am starting a couple of minutes late because I'm still debugging one of the issues. I just got it working before this call. This is a new feature that I started at 4:30 this morning. I woke up in the middle of the night really excited about getting this out there. So I'm hoping that people will enjoy this walkthrough. When I first set up this LinkedIn Live, I thought I was going to create a fully polished presentation. It was going to be great. We're going to get kind of a lot of kind of very high production value insights and presentations. But instead, I decided after a few conversations with current job seekers and hearing the frustrations, just to really go heads down, focus on the feature set and getting the right tools out so that people could actually use it and get as many of those available upfront into the market. So I'm going to load up LinkedIn just so that I can ensure that I can connect with anyone, answer any questions based on what's currently coming up. So let me just load that one up. Okay. So here I am. So if you've got any questions or anything, please drop them into the comment section. I'll do my best to answer them. Normally, it would be great to have a couple of people on this call. I'm a solo founder. I'm doing all the development work myself, trying to do all the marketing myself, all of the engagement. So this is really kind of like a single person effort all the way through to the end. Hopefully, we'll add some more people once things start to take off. But for now, this is just me. So if you've got a question, drop it in. I'll do my best to answer. So here we go. Before I kick off on the walkthrough, there's kind of a couple of I think high-level design decisions that I made early on that I want to share. The most important one is that I designed this tool to be really for job seekers who are actively looking for new roles. So some of the decisions that I made were to really optimize the performance of the app for those individuals, as opposed to maybe people who are browsing or people who want to do more market research. One thing I found with the current platform that we have, which is Sonar Talent, where we post different startup jobs, is actually several different individuals who are scraping our site to pull in new jobs as we were scraping different open source job boards to try and build that data set. What that ultimately means is that the database slows down, and so that the people that are actually using it to try and find jobs are actually having a much worse time. So I added a few different features that make it harder to scrape, but also improve the performance for those people that are really invested and will log into the platform to use it. So the first one is you actually have to log into the platform. You have to set up your profile. It takes less than 30 seconds to do the whole thing. And from that point on, you actually get as many different job matches as you need. And it allows me to spend all the budget on our end on actually improving the performance of the app, as opposed to catering to different individuals who are not necessarily actively looking for jobs. So that out the way, I'm going to make myself really small and give you a quick walk through the platform. So I'm going to start by just walking through what a kind of typical search process would look like. So the use case here is you're a new job seeker, or maybe you've been in the market for a while, and you're trying to understand what current jobs exist out there that could be suitable for you, and how you may be able to find the right fit, and then what kind of tools exist for us to be able to help you find different jobs. So when you first log in, you'll be presented with a profile page. What I've done here is try to narrow down the pre-selected list to what I've seen to be most popular based on some of the feedback we've got early on. So we have location preferences, very US centric, mostly focused around tech hubs, given that's where all of our use cases to date have been. There's no saying that that's going to be the same long term. Different types of roles. Now, these are all the different categories and combinations of roles based on all the different jobs that we've seen and what seem to be most popular for individuals who are currently in the market. So I'm going to have talent selected here, but I think let's select product management. That's probably one that a lot of people who are maybe looking at this as a potential tool will be interested in. But we actually have jobs. We have about 1,200 jobs on the platform right now, covering the whole range of these areas. So we're going to be adding more and more jobs over time. And I can talk through if there's any questions around how we actually define what job boards we want to track and how we decide what jobs we want to have on our platform. I can definitely go into that in more detail and actually take more feedback. We have different company sizes based on the target that you're looking at. The initial idea behind this kind of approach was to actually provide a marketplace for people to get access to jobs that they otherwise wouldn't necessarily be able to find because they're at smaller companies, but then also give recruiters and hiring managers at those companies a platform where they can connect directly with candidates and actually manage the whole end-to-end recruitment process in one place. And then finally, there's industries. So this is all set up. I'm going to click update profile, and this will then save. You'll notice that the database is running a little bit slow on the technical side. I need to re-index the database now that everything has been updated, and also increase the kind of spend. Everything's in kind of minimal cost mode right now. So you may see some slowdown that should be resolved by the time we launch on Sunday. So here's the next page that an individual would see, where they'll see potential matches based on the spec of the roles that they have initially stated. Now, I've been experimenting, so you'll see that there are some sales roles here. There's some AI and ML roles. Not all of these will be matched perfectly, but this is kind of the work in progress use case of actually testing various different approaches. So essentially, I'll go through this list. You'll see we have issues with our data because I've recently migrated a whole bunch of different companies. I need to re-update all of the company logos. That's a job to be done in the next 48 hours. But you can kind of go through this list and see all the different kind of jobs that we've potentially matched to this individual who selected these roles. We're actually starting to see some product roles down here at the bottom. So let's say that we see this product lead at Hierarch, and we want to save that because that's something we want to look at later. So we'll click save, and that will then drop into our dashboard, which is where we're going to go into next. So on the dashboard, you can see I've already have a kind of a whole list of different jobs based on the experimentation I've been doing to date. So this is the job that we just saved. It's the product lead at Hierarch. We have a few different other jobs. Again, another bug is the rendering of the logo on this page. I do have a fix for that. That's just needs to be manually updated. You can also see that we have a way to manage different roles that you've potentially been offered. Any roles that you've been accepted drop down into here, and then any inactive jobs. So if you see a job, you initially think that's not right for you, you'll decline it. That will be archived down here, and you can search this list and find the job. And if you click on that, that's still going to pop back up and give you that screen, so that you can track all the jobs that you've potentially been offered. So this is really the high level kind of job CRM concept that I'd mentioned on LinkedIn a couple of times. What the idea behind this is that rather than having to go into your Gmail inbox or track on a spreadsheet, you can actually keep all your applications in one place, and you don't have to rely on individual job boards for individual companies, and kind of figure out where you are in the process with a lot of different places. A couple of things that are going to be added in the next 24 hours are an application date actually on this screen, so that you can see when you applied. That will allow us to then, if people find it interesting, you can then flag to see if it's been more than a week since you've had an update on a certain role. We'll kind of flag it. So think about all the good like project management, agile board kind of approaches to the job seeking aspect. Will be all included in here, but this is fully functional and working at launch. The other thing that you can do here is you can kind of go back to your jobs, which is also on the bar at the top, but you can also add an external job. So one of the pieces of feedback I got in some of the testing was, well, what if we have jobs that are not on your platform because we've not pulled them in, or recruiters are not using a job board that we can access? So if that's the case, you can actually go on here, add an external job, and we might want product manager, and we have to put a URL in here. But this maybe it's Sonar Talent job, and you can kind of select all these different things we want. Product management. If we click track now, this is going to be. We'll track that. So I did not put the location in there. Again, you can see the bugs. I put this as optional, but it's not actually optional based on the logic that I've set up in the app. But we're through this now, so you can see now that this product manager role has been added here. I can actually change the status of that. So let's say I actually applied for that role already. I can just move it across. And you can see that you can track whatever jobs you have currently in process right now. And for many people, this could be dozens of different roles, but this is kind of one central place to manage everything. Now, the approach that we want to take going from here forward is to actually help you figure out how do you actually create the best application in order to increase your chance of getting an interview for the job, and then how do you prepare for the interview. So there's a whole bunch of different features that are coming in that, but the one that I'm excited about that I just added this morning comes in two parts. So the first part is actually dropping into the experiences section here. So in your experiences, this is essentially your resume, your LinkedIn profile, whatever it is that you currently have as a public-facing way to show your experience. You can add all your positions in here. That's pretty straightforward. You can add experiences here. So let's say some kind of recruiting analytics process. Now in here in the experience, we've broken this down the same way that you would do prep for an interview, where you actually want to think through all the different experiences that you've been through in a role and think through what is the situation, the task, the action, the result. There'll probably be some additional guidelines here to show you the kind of like approach that we would recommend taking. But then also a box to reflect on that kind of approach. So I'll add this experience. So we don't need to fill in most of the boxes, just to make it easier to get all your experiences in one place and brain dump and then start to add them. But you can see that I've already started to add some things in here. There's actually a feature that will come in a little bit later where we can change the impact scope, contribution. So all these different variables related to every individual project that you've done. And once they're in here, they're in this one central location. And you can probably see where this is going now. Once you have this kind of central repository of all your projects, and this is not public facing, you can then use this to customize applications for different roles. So based on the job description, you can actually create a resume that looks at all of your different experiences and actually tailors that to a specific application. So instead of you having to manually go through that, or maybe hiring a resume coach, you can actually do that in one place. But for now, the approach that I've taken, the testing and the kind of implementation that just got live, literally 1 minute before launch was we're going to manage a product lead is actually generating application prep notes. So you can see in this product lead page, we have the job description. Now we save this job description locally. So if the company takes the job down, but you're still in process, you'll still be able to see the job description. You can actually track all your dates in here, any contact people when you save it, that's going to save, and you'll have that available to you on the platform whenever you need it. You'll actually be able to go back through and see the job posting that's opens in a separate tab. But we'll go back to managing this individual application. And the thing that I'm most excited about now is that we've created a way to generate notes. So this is the first use case of application prep notes. So what this is going to do, it's going to look at the job description. This is a job description that we've already pre-processed and will be built out with more data points over time, and looks at your experience and actually gives you some personalized recommendations. So I'm going to hit this button, and fingers crossed this is a live demo. We'll see if it works. And we'll see if we can generate some notes. All right, so it worked. So based on your experiences, here are some application notes tailored to the role of a product leader at HiArc. So you'll see that all the experiences that I put in were nonsense. This is just for testing. But you can see what it's actually doing is it's going through those experiences and saying, hey, these are the things that we recommend. Here's some actionable advice for your application to this product lead role at HiArc. And what you can imagine is that more data that's available based on your background, the more accurate these recommendations can be, and the better the chance of you getting accepted into a role is going to be. Now, this is all single player mode right now, as I'm thinking about it. But the long-term plan, and actually really starting from next week, we'll be able to onboard recruiters onto this platform. And at that point, we can actually match candidates, recruiters, hiring managers directly to each other based on the data points that we know. So once you have all your information on the platform, that actually increases the likelihood that you'll get matched to someone on the hiring side that's actually going to be a better fit. For now, you can actually just look through all the different jobs. You can filter those, you can save them, you can manage your whole application process through this. And that's your data. We'll obviously store it in our database. And then what we do is then use that data to help define the product roadmap and the different features that we're going to add. Final point, and then I'll start to look to see if there's any questions. How do we make money? So at launch, the pricing system is that recruiters will have a subscription to be able to post roles through our platform. Those roles will receive a prioritization when we match, as long as the role is suitable for the candidate. We'll actually match those nearer to the top of that job matching list. What this does is it increases the chance that if you apply for a role, the recruiter's active on our platform, and you're much more likely to get a response from that recruiter. It also allows us to track a lot of different things related to candidate experience. So we can look at time and process. We can look at time to response. We can actually track the different candidates that recruiters are selecting based on the role, and actually reconfigure the matching algorithm so that we understand exactly what they're looking for, even if it's different from what's in the job description, which have a bunch of cool features that are in development that I've put on hold while I get this first version of the product out for job seekers. So that is the tool as it currently exists. I'm going to have a look to see if there is any questions on LinkedIn right now. So I don't see any. I'm going to refresh the page. Nope. So it looks like we have a few people on the. Looks like we're up to 12 people viewing live, which is very cool. Don't see any kind of questions coming up. So I'll probably end the presentation here then. I'm going to record this, upload this to YouTube, so none of this is private, and I'll probably publish that tomorrow, so that if anyone missed this live, then at least they'll get a chance to see the walkthrough. If you do have any questions, you can find me on LinkedIn. I'm very active in emails. You can also email me directly. My email address is cmannion@meanderhq.com. That was our old website, and I'll be very responsive there. And if you haven't signed up yet, please do. I'm going to be releasing it to our email list on Sunday. So the list of people who are actively looking will get the first notification when this goes live, and then I'll do more of a public launch on LinkedIn on Monday. So if you can't wait, get on the list. Make sure you're all signed up for the Sunday announcement. Otherwise, I'll see you on Monday, and I'm really excited to get this platform out. So take care, everyone. Thanks for the attention, and we'll chat soon.